Living organisms have a complex structure capable of many biological functions like reproduction, growth, aging, etc. All these complex structures are formed by smaller basic units called cell and cell products such as tissues, limb, and organs. The molecule which comprise these living organisms and help them in their various functions are called biomolecules. Or in simple words, it may be referred as the molecules of life. The branch of chemistry which deals with the composition and behavior of living systems is called biochemistry. It also includes the study of raw material that living organisms feed on and the product these organisms produced and the mechanism by which these chemical changes are brought about. Some important classes of biomolecules are carbohydrates, proteins, hormones, vitamins, nucleic acid. Let us look further into carbohydrates. The polymeric carbohydrates are the major construction material for plants, and carbohydrates form major energy source in the food supply of animals. Compounds like glucose, sucrose, fructose, etc. are some common examples of carbohydrate. Although carbohydrates are widely distributed both in plant and animal kingdom, yet they are obtained mainly from the plants. Plants synthesize various carbohydrates like sugar, starch, and cellulose in them. Green plants are able to achieve this in the presence of sunlight by a process called photosynthesis. Plants contain the green pigment chlorophyll, which catalyzes the conversion of the atmospheric CO2 and H2O in the presence of carbohydrates. The reaction is thermodynamically unfavorable but proceeds because the necessary energy is supplied by the sunlight. The reaction is very important since it provides us with food and oxygen. The source of all atmospheric oxygen is photosynthesis. Following is the photosynthesis reaction. Carbon dioxide and water in presence of solar energy produce glucose and oxygen is released as a byproduct. According to the old definition, carbohydrates can be defined as the class of compounds containing only carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, provided that hydrogen and oxygen are present in the same ratio as that in the water. These compounds could therefore be represented by a general formula CxH2OY, where x and y are merely integers. But the old definition had its own set of limitations. The first being, a number of compounds like formaldehyde, acetic acid, are represented by a general formula of CxH2OY, but they do not represent the chemical behaviors of the carbohydrate. The second being, a number of compounds like rhamnose and rhamnohexose are carbohydrates by chemical behavior but do not have hydrogen and oxygen in the same ratio as in the case of water. The third being, carbon is not known to form hydrates. Hence, there was a need to have a modern definition. Keeping in view the limitations of the old definition, the new definition is as follows. Carbons are defined as optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or substances which give these on hydrolysis. However, in carbohydrates, aldehydic or ketonic groups normally do not occur as such. These exist in the form of hemiacetal or acetyl linkage by combining with the hydroxyl group. Carbohydrates are obtained from plants and constitute 70% of solid plant material. These support the plant structure, that is cellulose, and the store chemical energy in the form of starch or sugar. Classification of carbohydrates. The Latin word used for sugar is saccharum, and its derived term saccharide forms the basis of a system of carbohydrates classification. Carbohydrates are classified as monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides, depending upon the product of hydrolysis, which is as follows. The first being monosaccharides. These are the compounds which do not break into more simpler compounds on hydrolysis. These can be further classified as aldoses and ketosis. If it contains an aldehydic group, it is known as aldose. If it contains a ketonic group, it is called ketose. Depending upon the number of carbon atom it contains, a monosaccharide can be classified as triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, and so on. About 20 monosaccharides occur naturally. These have a general formula of bracket CH2O bracket close N. Some examples are as follows. Most common aldoses are glyceraldehyde, ribose, and glucose. Ribose is an important constituent of nucleic acids. The most common ketoses are dihydroxyacetone and fructose. The second classification of carbohydrates is oligosaccharides. In Greek, oligosa means few. These compounds give few, namely 2 to 9 monosaccharide molecules on acidic hydrolysis. These are also known as di, tri, or tetrasaccharides, depending upon the actual number of monosaccharide molecules formed during hydrolysis. For example, sucrose and maltose are also known as disaccharides because they give 2 monosaccharide molecules during hydrolysis. The third type of carbohydrates is known as polysaccharides. These compounds give a very large number of monosaccharide molecules on acidic hydrolysis. Cellulose and starch are two important examples of polysaccharides. The general formula is C6H10O5 in the bracket to N, where N is an integer having very high value. In short, carbohydrates can be classified into monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. In another perspective, classification of carbohydrates can also be done on the basis of sugars and non-sugars. Carbohydrates can be classified as sugars if they have sweet crystalline solids and are soluble in water. Glucose, fructose, and sucrose are few of such examples. The non-sugar carbohydrates are classified if they are amorphous, tasteless solids, and are insoluble in water. Starch and cellulose are few of such examples.